There are different ways of adding references to your Zotero. So the first one is here. This is the manual version. This is the manual way of adding references to your Zotero. When you click here, it will show you different options, what you can add. Like for example, you could add a book, artwork, blog post, anything. So in this case, I'll pick journal article. And when you pick journal article, you will have on your right panel information that you can add for your title. You can add the title of the article, the author, last name, first name, publication, publisher, date, and all these fields. You can fill them out with the information for the article. I don't recommend this method because it's manual and it's going to be too tedious and time consuming for you. And also another risk is that you might miss important information for that article. I just want you to know that it exists. The option exists. You can add your references this way, but I do not recommend it at all. Okay? And as you type in, let's say Julius, as you type in, you notice that the information will populate here. It will show what information you are putting in. Whatever you put in on the right panel, it will populate here. Then the second option is to use ISBN or DOI. Mostly, I would recommend using DOI because a lot of articles have DOI. Document, what's the name? Something online identifier, document online identifier. It's like a fingerprint for the document. Each article has a DOI that you can use. Let's say, for example, you are reading an article somewhere, and then you want to edit here. Instead of adding it manually, you just copy and paste the DOI here, and then click enter. When you click enter, the article will be added here. This is a good method because once you press enter, it will add all the information about that article. You don't have to do it manually. It will populate all the information about the article. By the way, this is my article. This is my published article. It was published in 2024. So this is how you can add an article using the DOI. And then the third option is here. I hardly use this option, but should you need to use it, just know that it exists. You can add a file. You can add a link to file. When you add file, you can choose a file from your computer and upload it here. You can add a link to a file. It could be maybe a file that is located in your computer or somewhere else. You can add the link. You can attach the file. You can actually add the file here, maybe a PDF document. You can attach link to file. I think attach link to file, add link to file, it's almost the same. Attach file, add file. You can attach web link. If you have an article, you can put the web link here for easy access. I hardly use this option. I mostly use the one that I just explained, where you add an item by an identifier. That is one of the options I use. I'll also show you the other option that I highly recommend. And then here you can add notes. Like for example, if you say new standalone note, you notice that the note will be added to your Zotero. You can add the name of the note. I don't use notes too. Should you need to use notes, just know that it exists. I don't use notes. I mostly use the DOI option, the identifier option, and then the Zotero connector option. I'll show you how to use the Zotero connector option. I recommend the second method, where you use the identifier to add your references and also the Zotero connector. Let's look at how you can use the Zotero connector to add references to your Zotero library. Let's say that you are reading an article online and then you find that article interesting and you want to add it to your Zotero. Instead of copying and pasting the DOI to Zotero, you could just use your Zotero connector. In my second video on how to download Zotero, I showed you how to also download the Zotero connector. If you missed that video or if you forgot, please go back and watch the video and then download your Zotero connector. So for you to add your article to your Zotero, using the connector, you have to make sure that your Zotero is running on the background. You should open your Zotero. It should not be closed, because if it is closed, then it's not going to communicate. Chrome is not going to communicate with Zotero. So you have to have it running in the background. So this is how you are going to add this article to your Zotero. You will click here where it says save to Zotero. You click it, and then it will show you where it's saving to tutorial, or if it's a wrong if it is a wrong connection or wrong folder, you can always choose the correct folder. If you need to add a tag, you can add a tag and then just click done. So the article has been added to your Zotero. Let's go and have a look at that article that we have just added using the Chrome connector. This is the article that we just added using the Zotero connector on Chrome. You see that it's here, and it has also been added with all the information and the PDF document. That's the method I recommend. I recommend the second method, which is using an identifier. You put in the DOI number, and then also using the Zotero connector. These are two effective methods that I use, but mostly I use the last one, which is using the Zotero connector. As I browse through articles on the internet, on Google Chrome or on Google Chrome, then I use the connector to add articles. In that way, I don't need to be switching between Chrome and Zotero. I don't need to be leaving Chrome to go and paste the DOI on Zotero. I just use the connector and continue with my search for articles. Basically, that is how you add articles on Zotero.